Hello everyone, this is Daniel. I will teach you guys today how to do the basic jump using Godot. On the last video, if you didn't saw, you have the card and check it out. In the last video, I teach you guys how to do some basic movements, as you can see here. So for today, we are going to do some jumping. So let's get started. Before moving to jump, I will do one thing on the previous code, because as you can see in the play, when you press any condition to move the player continues moving. So let's do just a small fix on this. Since this is already mentioned on the previous video, this is like, it's very similar to Python, the GD script. So to do the else if conditions here, just you need to elif, and here you do the same elif. Let me just add some comments here just for you guys to understand what is the movement that certain parts of the code are doing. So this one is the vertical movements, and this one is the horizontal movement. Okay, now when you press the left key will do this and the right key will do this. The code works exactly the same. We just need to add the else condition. Here else condition is like this, and now you do the velocity dot x equals 0, because when we are not when we are not pressing left or right, the player will stop moving. So let's just quickly do this on the vertical one. Velocity dot y equals 0, and let's test it. So as you can see, if you're still pressing, the player will move. If you stop, if you release the key, the player will stop moving. Okay, it's easy as that. Just need to do this else conditions, but to have things correctly, you do the if, the else if or elif here, and then the else condition. It's exactly the same for both. So now let's get starting doing our jumps. So for our jump here, we're going to work with the y velocity, so we don't for this exercise we don't need the up and down input. So I will remove it, since we just don't need it for now. You can comment the code if you want to save it for another stuff, so it's up to you. I will add here jump movement. Here it will be very similar if on the press. So we're just going to add here the jump, unfortunately, and let me just add here the pass through the if. Since we don't have this jump, we need to add it. So to add it, you go to project settings, and input map. Here once again is where you add your actions and event for those actions. So it is the jump action, just jump action, and now we're going to add our jump. You can do it as you saw. I pressed accidentally the left mouse button here on the listening, and automatically get it the button, but I don't want that. I want the space one. So as you can see, space is selected. Okay, and by the way, I will remove those ones since I don't. We are not these ones, are this one's the up and down, since we are not going to use it. I will then, if you want, you can add others besides the space. I will use the W and the up arrow for just for the purpose that you can have multiple keys to do the same thing. So you can press space, W or up arrow to jump, and simple as that. Now is the part that we are going to create the variables and start making the jump itself. So first thing first, what we need is the jump force. So I will do a new thing, call it export. What is this going to do? Let me just finish. Export var and jump. Force, it will be the force of our jump. I will put it as 150 as well, same as speed. And now, since we are, I have the character body selected. If you go here to the right side, as you can see, we have here our jump force, and we can change it wherever you want. Just in here, you reset to the initial state. It's very easy. This export will be very similar for those that came from Unity. It will be very similar to the serialized field. So now that we already have our jump force, we need another thing. It will be our gravity, because a jump has gravity, and when we in real life jump, the gravity pulls us down. So here it will be no exception. So it's var gravity, and here I will add the gravity as 200, a little bit more than the jump force. And as you can see, we already have here our gravity as well, and you can mess with these numbers to see if your jump is good for you or not. Now what we need to do, we need to mess up with our velocity. So to mess up with our velocity, let me just check here one second. Okay, so because we are going to work with our y axis, that's why I removed the up and down actions. Now first things first, we need to add the gravity on our y axis, on our velocity. That will force it's like the real gravity. It will force us down. So when we jump, the gravity force will try to pull you down. So for that, we're going to add velocity dot y, and then we're going to add gravity times delta. This I can explain this easily. This delta is like the time. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it, these guys. For those that came from Unity, it's like time, delta time, because it's almost like every frame is pulling you down and down. Basically, that we jump, like we do the jump, and each frame it pulls you down. Basically, that I think it's simpler to explain this than give you a hard explanation. Basically, each frame you are pulling down and down and down, or you're falling basically each frame after jumping. So now that we already have our gravity and we have here our jump action, let's add the jump force to our velocity. For that, we are just going to need to call the velocity.y and equals, since the jump will be for the negative values, we need to add the minus and call it jump force. And this will force our player to move up. We can do a small check now. I know that the player will fall, but since we have as you can see, it's falling very slowly. I think I need to add more gravity, but as you can see, it jumps and then falls very slowly. But very, very slowly. We are jumping. Okay. after this we're going to add more gravity. I think this is the other way around. Let me just check, because it can give different values. Just confirm this. No, it's the same. So no matter how you do it, it's a little bit ridiculous, but okay. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm doing the migration from Unity to Godot, so I'm still learning at the same time as you guys. So I'm learning, testing, and then doing the videos to explain you guys how to do this kind of things. So now that we have the code for the jump, let's just do some stuff here. What I will do is to add some elements for us to make our ground. So for that I will work with just some body. Let me just some static body. Can it be? Okay, going to add some static body, add some collision as well. So by the way, if you didn't check the previous video, basically this node is our scene, and to add stuff to our scene you can click here on the plus sign or right click add child node, or using the shortcut Ctrl A to add childs. And if you do not search, you will have here some stuff to play around and check what they do. But for our purposes, I've been searching is faster to find what we need. So going to our shape, we need to add some shapes. So go here to our right side, add new rectangular shape for this for our purposes. So let me just do something quick. Here you group the layers, the elements, and now you can move it around. Let me just put this a little bit bigger. Okay, let me just check. I think you really don't see anything, but yeah, we don't see anything. It's very slow. It is like 500. Let me check if the gravity is faster or not. Yeah, I need to add way more gravity. I will put like, I think that's too much now, but as you can see now, you can play around with stuff. So yeah, it's slow anyway. Let me add here put this as it was, script, okay. So what I was doing, I will add here the sprite. I will use the same sprite I used for the player. I will use to the floor. So as you can see, I search for the sprite. Now I'm going to grab the icon, and you can drag it here to texture. Just to be easier to do stuff than only okay, it's easy, it's simple, it's easier than adding a new sprite here. So I don't will mess with that. I will do the animations and adding sprites in another video. So okay, let's group, let's put this a little bit upper. Okay, no, it's okay. Let's group. Let me just add here. Let me just check the gravity. Okay, so we have our okay, I know what I missed. It's here the plus sign. You need to add the plus sign there to add more and more gravity each time is fallen. That's why it works. So the player was so slow, and as you can see, it's faster now, and already he's stuck on the collision shape. So let's do just one thing, going to our ordering here on our character body ordering, and we are going to say, sorry, not here, yeah, it's in ordering. I was right, and we're going to head the z index as 1. I believe it will fix, and the player will be in front of the platform. Okay, so I will explain this again. I was almost speaking in Portuguese. No. So to change the order of our elements here in Godot, for example, on the character body 2D, we're going here to Z index or Z index and edit here the order that you want. For this purpose, we need the player to be in front of the platform, so I just add 1 to the player, but you can do the other way around. You had the player with 0 and the static body as -1. That supposed to be better to do this way, because for example you have the platforms, but then you have other stuff that is behind the platform, so everything that's sort of games elements like backgrounds and all that stuff, it's better to put on the negatives, and objects that interact with the player we add on the positives values. So as you can see, I made the changes 0 to -1, and now we have our player moving on itself. Okay, let's do another thing. Let me just check the body. I think this is a bit messed up. Okay, now it's better. Here, to put things in front, it's a little bit different. The first things came below and the last things came first. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but you get used to this. Okay, this is the collision. This is not the collision one. Yeah, it's the collision one. Let me just check transform. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, if you wanted to scale it, you can scale it. As you can see, you can work here to scale things. So I will not mess with this much, because the purpose of this video is to show you guys how to make dgem, and you already learn new stuff. Okay, let's see, because we didn't see this properly. It's jumping. Let's add here, select character, just one click, and I will add just a little bit of jump force. You can click here to refresh your Godot, and now our player is jumping and moving all around. Seems like a song, so but as you can see, the jump is not, it's a bit weird, because it's like doing almost zero gravity in a certain amount of time. So we need to fix this. To fix this, we need to add some more variables. One, it will be the jump height. We need to say that when he on that height, you need to change things. So let's add the jump height. I will add just 65 for now, and we need to add the time that the jump is on its highest. It's easy to explain like this. So we're going to add the variable and time jump apex. It will be 0.35. One thing we need to do as well is to check if we are on the ground or not, because now you can press as many times as you want, and you keep up, and then you fall down eventually. So we need to fix that as well. So we need a variable to check if we are on ground or not. On ground, we're going to say that's false for now, and now we need to do validation. So we are now going to call a function, a built-in function that it will validate if we are touching the floor or not. And this call is on floor. As you can see, if we have other ones, like it's in ceiling, floor, wall. The one that we need will be on floor. If it's touching the ground, we say on ground equals true. For those that came from Unity, this will be way easier, because in Unity you need to for example, add a tag on our object and then check the on collision or on trigger 2D to validate if the player touches the ground or the ceiling, whatever. Here you just need to get the is on floor or is on ceiling, whatever, and it's way easier to do than to add more stuff like tags and all that. So if it's on floor, now we can jump, but for that we need to go here to our jump and say if on ground, because it's touching the ground, then we jump. Now let's test it if it is okay or not. Now you still have a little buggy here. Let me just check what we had missed. Okay, it's true. And if ground, on ground, velocity minus jump force, that's correct. Why you are not working? So why this is not working, you guys are asking? We don't know. No, I'm just playing around. Let me just add here the false. Let's save things and then let's start to check. And as you can see, it's not jumping anymore if it's not touching the ground. As you can see, because we were missing the on ground here. If we remove this and we start again, it will say we are always on ground, and that's not true. So we just needed to add the on ground false when we are jumping. And now as you can saw early, the jump only happens once. I will not worry about the double jump here, because that's not the purpose. That's for basic introductions to Godot and how to do basic stuff. Now the jump, as we could see, the jump is very weird and it seems like it's kind of falling. It's slowly falling, like slowly jumping, so we need to fix that. And to fix that we need to do some calculations. It's not that hard to do the stuff, so what we need to do is the calculations for the gravity. And so I will do the calculations and then I will explain you guys. This gravity, it will be equals, and we're going to do the parentheses, and we're going to double the jump force. Sorry, the jump height. Okay, then we divided that by the exponent or PO that we are going to get here, and time jump apex and width by 2. So as you can see, it says everything. It says that this and the exponent will be 2. So we are going to divide the doubled jump height by the exponentiation of the time jump apex, and the gravity will be much a little bit higher than the jump force. Now we need Now what we need, I already explained this better. I know I'm being a little bit confused explaining this, so I will move this on and then I will explain this a little bit better because I'm thinking many things at the same time. So since we did that calculation for gravity, what we need to do is add that gravity to our jump force, and for that we're going to say jump force, it will be equals to gravity, and since we have the time jump apex, we need to multiply it to the gravity, so gravity time jump apex. What that means is that the jump force will be much higher here when we do the gravity times the jump apex, and here we do these simple calculations to give you a little boost on our gravity, and I believe that the gravity force will be higher here when we do this calculation, but it's for the exponentiation of this time jump apex, so it's like time jump apex exponent 2. So it means that the time jump apex, it will be multiplied by itself, and then it will be divided by the doubled the value that was doubled here for the jump height. Then we add the gravity plus the time that we add the jump will take. We'll multiply the gravity and the time and give us bigger jump force. I think I'm not missing nothing here, so let's test it. I know it's a little bit confused to do this, but as you already saw, the jump force was way higher than the jump itself. So if I jump, as you can see, I jump a little bit and then the forces pull me way much now. So let me just grab here and we'll put like 350 just to check the jump. Okay, as you can see, we now the fall will be much faster than the jump itself, and then you can play around with stuff and see the jump that you want and all that. Okay, I will put, no, I had like 200 on the jump. I think we'll jump a little bit higher or more, or even higher, but seems like not jumping much. Let me just do some crappy thing. Okay, so 400. You just play around with the numbers and you see, you will get a better value for the jumping. That's too much, as you can see. So it had just the 300. Now I'm just playing around just to see if I can get a better jump for you guys. Okay, let's play around a little bit. Yeah, still way higher. So it was, I believe it's 250 for 300. Let's see. Okay, doesn't jump that much. Let me reduce this to 250 as well. Yeah, basically you just need to play around and see what you can do with the gravity, jump force and jump height. Okay, so I hope that you understand what I do. I believe that you guys will be a little bit confused with that one. I will try to add a comment explaining this a little bit. Just leave comments if you have any doubts. At the end of this cycle of videos regarding this project, I will add a GitHub on the videos for you guys to check the code. So I hope you enjoyed. If you like more videos like this, subscribe, hit the like button, the bell notifications for more videos, updates, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.